So we were so close. We were so close. But this is why we have those resistance, because these are our milestones. If we don't have those milestones, we would be buying at any point in time and just hoping. But now we know that if we break that resistance, it should be continuing. And if it does not break, it's because it won't go higher. And so far, this is so true this week. Tesla is slowing down a little bit today. So we are down $1.64. That's 0.6%. Was at 274.39. Post-market, we seem to be down by an additional 19 cents. As we are coming close to our downward resistance right here, this big downward resistance I am talking about that has started at the end of 2021. And we tried to break it right here on July 18th. We tried to break it right here. We could not break it. And now it's coming very close to it. We are coming very close to it. And there's some anticipation. There's some anticipation in the market, I think, because of this. This is slowing down a little bit. So we still made a higher high right here. We still made a higher low. From a trend perspective, we are still going up. We are having a little bit of a down day, so we are having a red candle. We still have some long wick at the bottom compared to the top. We can see that we still have some buyers that are propping this stock. So let's take a look at the 1 hour chart to get a little bit more information. So this is the first candle of the day right here. Pretty much a down candle. We went a little bit higher afterwards, then came down, and we are basically zigzagging. We have an intraday horizontal support at 270.37, and we have this resistance at 275.92. So we have been into a congestion zone since the beginning of the week, basically. We are between 275.92 and 265.32. So this is the big congestion zone. So basically, it has been a sideways week after the big move up that we had on Monday. And we have a decreasing stochastic is even below 60. These are signs that we are seeing a slowdown, at least today. It might change on Monday, depending on the news that we get this weekend. But right now, it is what it is. There's a bit of a slowdown. We still have, on the 1 hour chart, we still have a good RSI. We have a good DMI also. And MACD, we had the MACD crossover bearish a long time ago, at least. We had it on Tuesday. If we come back on the daily chart, if we look at our indicators, so we still have a strong stochastic at 93. We have the two lines of MACD above zero. We have RSI at 61, which is above 50. And we have the green line of DMI that is above the red line. So everything is all great. Everything is all great until it becomes not great. So far, we had a nice move. I need to tell you this. This was not the best move. This was not as good a move as what we had on January 20th and also on May 22nd. In both these instances, the stock had a long way to go, and it went a long way. This time right here, because of this decreasing resistance, and the time it took for us to reach pretty much the bottom of the support right here and then get the signal, we had the signal right here on this candle right here, which was a very big candle. So this is not giving us a lot of room in order to make a profit. It was still possible to make a profit right here. Right now, we are wondering if we are going to break this downward resistance and also at 285. If we break 285, then we should be good to go to 313, which is a horizontal support that was quite important in July 2022. We could not get past that number. And now, almost a year later, we are going to try again to reach this if we first break this downward resistance that I'm talking about. Also, of note, we have the FOMC meeting on September 19th and 20th. Maybe the market is going to wait for these 2 dates in order to make a decision as to are we going to go higher or not. Because the Fed is going to make a decision if they are going to increase the interest rates again or if they are going to pause. So that's the big question. Let's take a look at some Tesla news. Tesla removes cheapest and Texas-built Model Y trim, raising eyebrows. Tesla has removed its cheapest Model Y trim from its online configurator for orders in the US. It also happens to be the cheapest Model Y. Could it be related to the Cybertruck? I don't know. Tesla often makes changes to its vehicle lineups without announcement. It changes prices, options, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, of course. The trim was sometimes referred to as the Model Y all-wheel drive, and it was the standard range. So they only called it Model Y all-wheel drive. Right now, you can buy the long range or the performance one. And this car was a variant of the Model Y built with 4680 cells out of Gigafactory, Texas. I don't know what it all means. That's just it's just interesting information. Okay, this is not a Tesla news, but I'm going to be talking about it. Rivian is outpacing other EV startups in registrations. Rivian placed 8th in terms of US registrations from January through July, with 2.8% of the overall EV market. The EV maker recorded 2750 registration in July for its R1T and R1S electric SUV, a slight improvement over its monthly average of 2596. So from January to July, Rivian's new registrations reached 18,359. And Rivian is selling a little bit more of the R1S, which I think is pretty nice. So after crushing second quarter estimates with production rising 50% from Q1, Rivian raised its guidance for the year to 52,000 cars. Rivian is doing pretty good. I really like to see this because I really like this company. You can now retrofit your Model 3 with a powered liftgate for $800. So Tesla has started selling a power liftgate retrofit for the Model 3 for $800. This is fantastic. It's not too expensive and it's going to be made by Tesla. This is going to be good. I totally applaud this. Rivian CEO suggests leasing is coming soon, unlocking $7,500 of EV tax credit. Maybe this is why we are seeing some move in the stock. When a piece of news comes out, it has already been known by some people, so maybe these people could have influenced the stock a little bit. Maybe this is going to add a little bit of lift to the Rivian stock. Okay, let's look at the VIX. So VIX is up 0.99. That's a big increase. So we are up 7.73%, closed at 1380. We see this here, super big rise right here. We still don't have any stochastics, so maybe this is just a fluke. But we had the rise starting in July 26th that has lasted a month right here. Is this going to be repeated? Nobody knows, but we are going to check it. Okay, US bonds, the 10-year bonds, we crossed 43.33. Okay, look at this. Our resistance was at 4.332, and this is exactly where we closed today. So we are at 0.04. This is not super nice. Of course, this is part of a big bullish channel. This is what it should be doing. It should be zigzagging like this until it comes out. Of course, what we would prefer is that we would be breaking this support right here. Right now, we were making a top, but with today stopping exactly at our resistance, maybe our resistance is going to be broken next week. Rivian, speaking of the devil, we have a break of our big downward channel right here. So this can now be put as a green. So this is now a support for the stock. So we closed up 7 cents, 0.29%, closed at 24.18. We had a hard time breaking 23.59, and then we broke it yesterday. We paused under our downward resistance as if the stock wanted to acknowledge it and then decided, okay, I'm going to go and break it. It's not the biggest break in the world. This is pretty much an undecided candle. We have pretty much the same amount of wick at the top and at the bottom. And in terms of the candlestick pattern, this is a spinning top black. Black spinning tops are candlestick lines that are small, red-bodied, and possess shadows upper and lower. These are the wicks that end up exceeding the length of the candle body. They often signal indecision. So basically, this is an undecided candle. there's this nice little tool on TradingView. It's called All Patterns, and you can toggle it on and off, and it is identifying the types of candlestick patterns. There are so many types. I don't know them all by heart, but I will from time to time show them when there's some value. And when we had the big move right here with Rivian, it was telling us that we had the Marubozu White. A Marubozu White candle is a candlestick that does not have a shadow that extends from its candle body at either the open or the close. And this is a Japanese word for close crop or close cut. Other sources may call it a bald or shaven head candle. Okay, but anyway, this was a bullish candle, basically. Yeah. This is nice. We can learn a little bit more about those candlestick patterns. Yeah, Xpeng going sideways, down 5 cents. Nothing to see here. We are still under 1922, and we are still riding our bullish channel. It is still nice. We are riding it. And because we have this horizontal resistance at the same time, we should be having a big impulse at some point. When a stock gets stuck under some resistance and zigzags for a certain amount of time, when it breaks that said resistance, then the move should be bigger. We should have at least this height of a move, so maybe to $23 or something like that. NEO up 5 cents, still into our downward channel, and no stochastic. VinFast up 4%, so we are really respecting support at 1596. We don't have stochastic yet, and this could go up to 37 in terms of the technicals because we don't have any supports or resistance in that area. So it's possible that it just doubles right here. And if you want to catch that rise, you are going to have to catch it on the 1 hour chart because our indicators won't have time to turn bullish because we don't have that much room to reach 37. So catch it on the 1 hour chart, and then you can make a little bit of money. And if we look at the horizontal resistance that we would need to break, 1832. 1832, if we break that on the 1 hour chart, then you can chance it and just hope that this thing is going to go a little bit higher. We have stochastic over 60. We have stochastic over 60 on the 1 hour chart, so it's not too bad. It would not be too bad. Apple, so Apple's still in its downward channel. There's no stochastics. Just let it go down and see where it stops. We are down 73 cents, 0.42%, closed at $175.01. Palantir. So Palantir is disappointing us. Once again. It's down 50 cents, 3.16%, closed at 1533. So we cannot break $16. We have a $16 resistance right here. We tried to break it and broke it a little bit during each day this week. Boom, boom. And except today. And now we are caving in by 50 cents right here. So we were so close. But this is why we have those resistance, because these are our milestones. If we don't have those milestones, we would be buying at any point in time and just hoping. But now we know that if we break that resistance, it should be continuing. And if it does not break, it's because it won't go higher. And so far, this is so true this week. Nvidia plunging down $16.81, 3.69%, closed at 439. So we are basically following this downward resistance, which is a channel. Each time you have a downward resistance right here, you just copy it and you find it, and you find another place where it fits. So it fits pretty good right here. Yes, it's crossing this one, but nothing's perfect. And then you turn it green because the stock is higher than that. We have lost stochastic over 60. Don't touch Rivian for a while. Let's look at our indicators. So our indicators are caving into our second resistance. We have broken the first resistance yesterday. First resistance, the second one was not broken, and we are coming down. Yeah. This is not super good. We are down $6.46, 1.71%, closed at 370.81. So it's going to have to try again. And all of the indicators were not too bad. Now we had stochastic over 60. We had the two lines of MACD above zero. We had the MACD crossover bullish. We had yesterday RSI over 50. We had DMI. So we had pretty much everything, but it's the lines that provide the veto power, and the lines have spoken. Dow Jones is changing its mind. It's still in its bullish channel right here. Bullish channel is still intact, and we had broken this very little downward resistance, and we just came back into it. This is a change of mind. We are down 0.83%. S&P 500 basically going sideways. Just lost stochastics today, down 1.22%. Nasdaq Composite down 1.56%. And still in its downward channel. Lost stochastic. Physical gold. Okay, physical gold. We tried to get back into our bullish channel right here, but could not get back. Only came back during the day, but then we closed below. So we are still at 0.67%. This was a nice try. Silver rebounding on 761. We are up 0.15. We are up 15 cents, 1.96%, close at 779. But this is not the time to buy this at all. We have this big downward resistance right here that we need to break first. Bitcoin, look at this, very close to breaking 26,517. We don't have stochastic over 60, so this is not done yet. XRP doing a little bit better, so we are up 2.62%. Closed at 50 cents, so we have broken this horizontal resistance. So we are gaining grounds. Stochastic is climbing. We are at 46. So maybe things are going to pick up. USDX is closing, is down 0.004. This is down 0.004 of a cent. And yes, we had broken this horizontal resistance yesterday. So just climbing and climbing. And Neo Battery Material, look at this. We have a break of 40 cents and a half. So we are up 1 cent, 2.47%. Closed, this is in Canadian. Closed at 41 cents and a half with a higher volume. This is not a big stock. This is not a big stock in terms of volume. We had a transaction of 400,000. And when we have an average of 130,000 approximately, maybe this one is going to go somewhere. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. Click on my TradingView affiliate link. I wish you a great evening. We are going to talk on Monday, unless you are a member, in which case we are also going to talk on Sunday, where I have a Tesla weekly live, where we spend an hour discussing stocks and how the week went and what is the outlook for the new week, because we are going to look at the weekly chart of all of these stocks that we are looking at during the week. You can join me by becoming a member. So have a great weekend, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.